You know, since I have purchased my Sportster S, I get a lot of great comments and questions on my YouTube channel. I really do. You guys provide a lot of good thought out questions. One of the ones that seems to repeat itself time and time again, I wanted to address that, and that is the Sportster S a good beginner bike? I think that's an extremely valid question, especially if you're a novice rider and you're thinking about investing in a Sportster S. So let's talk about that, and let me give you my comments. So if you're a novice rider and you're thinking about purchasing the Sportster S, I think you're looking at a great motorcycle, that's for sure. One of the questions that I would ask you, that I would start with after we get through your riding experience, would be, what type of riding do you want to do? Are you talking about just zipping around town, or are you talking about touring, or are you talking about a combination of them? Those type of things. How much mileage, you know, is your daily commute, let's say, that type of thing, or how much mileage or you think you'll be riding in a typical weekend? I think those are good, valid questions, and that's going to make a huge determination in my answer. Now, I will say this. I've taken this Sportster S out on a couple of different occasions and rode all day long with it. One ride specifically, I went up to Tail of the Dragon and also rode Cherahalla Skyway. Now, from my home to get to Tail of the Dragon, it's a couple hours, and by the time we got there, you know, it wasn't that bad. I was feeling it a little bit, but whatever, I've kind of pushed through worse. But about half a day in, yeah, I was hurting pretty good. It was a pretty rough ride. But, you know, with that being said, I did have the sundowner seat on this motorcycle, or I do have the sundowner seat on this motorcycle, so that made things a little easier. All in all, that day was about 300-ish, maybe 350 miles. Now, when I got home at the end of the day, that last hour, man, I'm not kidding, it straight up wore me out. That was some rough riding. But you know, it was okay. It was okay. I got home, took some Tylenol, and turned out all right. So, you know, I'm pushing 50, guys. The body doesn't really exactly hold up in the same way it did when I was 20. So if you've got youth on your side, man, and you want to take this motorcycle out for an all-day ride, I'm sure that you can handle it just fine. So my next follow-up question would be, are you going to use it as a commuter motorcycle? Are you just going to kind of be zipping around town, doing your thing, maybe going back and forth to work, back and forth to the store, run errands, that type of thing? If that's the case, then yeah, I think this motorcycle might absolutely be suited for you and your needs, or whatever you're wanting to use it for. So a lot of it's going to depend on your riding. Now let's get into some of the more in-depth questions that I think when people ask that question, that they're really concerned about, and that's the power of this motorcycle. Now, it doesn't take a dummy to figure out that this motorcycle is very, very zippy, very, very fast, nimble, light, could potentially be dangerous for a novice. Oh gosh, that road was rough. I got caught right in that little dip. For a novice, this motorcycle could really present a problem, and that's just it. You've got to be self-disciplined. So let me just say this, that if you are a new rider and you are thinking, you've got your heart set on the Sportster S, what I would recommend for you is this: be sure and keep the motorcycle in road mode. You definitely want to keep the bike in road mode until you're comfortable with it, until you feel like, okay, I can handle it. You've got lots of practice, you've got hours in the saddle, and you're ready to go. Then I would recommend, you know, then you can start dipping into the sport mode of the motorcycle, get a feel of the speed, the maneuverability, the power of the bike. All those things really just come with time. So quite honestly, I'm not sure there's a silver bullet or a perfect answer to that question. It's going to depend on rider to rider, experience level to experience level, and you know, you might just want to be honest with you and begin to think, how much self-discipline do you have? If you are a fast rider, if you're a novice and you think you're going to ride your motorcycle fast, man, just for your safety and the safety of others, I'd probably recommend you stay away from the Sportster S. But if you've got some self-discipline and you've got some roads to ride that you can learn on, I think the Sportster S would be a fantastic beginner's motorcycle for sure. Because, you know, unless you're not going to outgrow the power, you might outgrow the capabilities of the motorcycle as far as distance goes. So you might, you know, you might find yourself saying, man, I sure would like a touring motorcycle to be able to go on some weekend trips and that type of thing. But if you don't think you're going to do that, Sportster S is a fantastic place to start. Oh man, let's see, what other questions do I get on a regular basis? One of the questions I get on a regular basis is, hey Ty, I'm 6'2", I'm 6'3", how tall are you? You think the motorcycle is going to work for me? That type of thing. So here's what I've been telling everybody in the comments, and that's this. I am 5'9". This motorcycle has forward controls. I do not like the mid controls. I've tested those out, not for me. So 5'9". Got the forward controls, and the motorcycle is extremely comfortable. I've got a buddy of mine who is 6'2". I think Eric is 6'2", and he's taken this bike out for a spin. Now, he hasn't given me his in-depth review, but with the forward controls, he was able to take it out just fine. He said he didn't feel cramped up, didn't really have any type of problem reaching the controls or anything like that. No problems with the handlebars or the pegs. So with him being 6'2" and able to access the motorcycle just fine, I would imagine that most people who are taller would be able to as well. Oh, and probably the last comment I get, this really isn't even a question, and I can't even believe I'm bringing it up because it's so stupid. And that is, well, you know the Sportster S is really built for a girl. You know the Sportster S is a girl's bike. Guys, I'm just not even going to give this hardly any of my attention because it is just so stupid. There is no logic behind it whatsoever. I just don't even want to address it. Anyway, it's just dumb. Just dumb. It's dumb and played out, man. If that is your excuse about the Sportster S, or if that's what you've got to say about the Sportster S, then your reasoning and your logic is flawed and you are played out, man. So just stop it. Well, I do appreciate my subscribers very, very much. Whether you have been with me from the beginning or you're just hopping on board now, I really, really do appreciate your time. Thank you guys for that. And if you have any other questions or comments about the Sportster S, put them in the comments below. Maybe I will be able to do a video if enough of you ask the same question. So again, thanks for your time. I hope you guys have an excellent day, and we'll talk to you again soon.